guys, here we are back at Inside the Artist, and today's guest is Juc'd.
What's up, guys?
So, Juc'd, to start off with, why don't you tell us about how the name Juc'd came about?
Shit. Alright, me and my dude Robert, we were just chilling at his house, and previously my name used to be Civil Wisdom, just like some stupid shit I think I thought of in like 8th grade or something like that. And so I was like, I need name change, like I need to change my name, people taking it as a joke, whatever. And me and Robert, we were already like really stoned, like, and so we're just like trying to think of names, and out of nowhere he just thought like Two Juice, like doesn't really mean anything, but because like I go by TJ, whatever, so it's like two starts with a T and then juice starts with a J, so we're just like Two Juice, whatever. I was like, alright, that sounds dope, why not?
Yeah.
And so ever since then, like I've been trying to like kind of adjust to the name change, and people still be like saying Civil Wisdom. It's like, nah, bro, it's like Two Juice, like now, and that's kind of how that whole thing came about.
All right. It's definitely different. So why don't you tell us why you feel your music is different than everyone else's, all the other underground artists?
I see my music is different because, like, I'm not just rapping about, like, the mainstream type shit. Like, I mean, I do that sometimes. Like, I'll, like, on some tracks, I'll just kind of fuck around a little bit. And it's like, I'm just kind of having fun with it, but I also have songs with a message. Like, I have a song coming out soon with Danny Boy and Devin DL about kind of, like, my take on it. I don't know what they're doing with their verses yet, but mine was, like, kind of like speaking on the government or something like that.
Right.
Like, I think something I said was like, we had problems, so Obama tried to solve them, and there was Bin Laden, and he had SEALs move in on him. Well, 6 months later, all the SEALs had a heart attack. Tell me the government didn't have a part of that, or just like something like that.
Yeah.
And something else I do is like, I'll write complicated rhymes instead of like just going with like the typical one-syllable words. Like anybody can take like, if you end a word with rap, or end a bar with rap, anybody can go like cap, like this is an ill-ass rap, and I know you ain't gonna want to diss back, cause this track is so hard, I'll hit you with a bat.
So like it's like the easy, repetitive.
Yeah, anybody can really do that. That doesn't take a lot of skill, but when you sit there and you do like at least 2-syllable rhyme schemes.
Yeah. Like
I have songs like Still Sleeping. I roll up at my dude Ross' house. He says, hey, this burn one ain't got a fan base, but you know, I earn one, but whack rappers do, so I'm gonna hurt some.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's more than just like, hurt some, earn one, burn one, you know, so it's like, there's more to it than just the basic rhyme, and sometimes I'll try to like sandwich them. Yeah. So within the bar, it's not just the regular rhyme, I'll try to put rhymes inside of the bar. Yeah. If that makes sense. So there's like two, 3 rhymes in just one bar, and try to get like complicated. And I'll try to be lyrical with it, like think of some punchlines, like some clever shit. Like said in the first song Robert asked me to get on, I was like, I'm back leaving every rapper dead weight, cause I leave bodies leaking like a Kardashian sex tape. Just like some clever shit to get people like thinking and be like, ooh, this cat got some talent.
For sure. All right. Now, you've got a tape that you said you're working on. It's supposed to come out later this year. What can you tell us anything about that without like revealing anything, or have you revealed anything about it?
I've revealed the name. It's Journey to Violation. Okay. It's just kind of like a dark tape. Just like in my past, I've dealt with like a lot of depression and like drug issues, stuff like that. So I'm dealing with that through this tape. And it's like, it's kind of a dark tape. Like, don't get me wrong, there's like some happy songs, like upbeat shit, like lyrical, but at the same time, there's a lot of like dark, this is my story, this is how I lived, like just that type of shit. And so I thought of like Journey to Violation, or actually me and Devin DL thought of it, and we're like, that fits, it's a dark tape, it's kind of a dark name. And so we just kind of thought that fit the songs that are going on it, and just like how it flows, and like the whole tape kind of tells like a story. Like each song tells a different story, but they're all linked together. It's like, it's cool in my opinion.
So would you say it's like a deep, full meaning tape for you?
Yeah, I say so.
So it's one that you put probably the most emotion into. So
oh yeah, there's a lot of emotion. There's a couple songs like while I was writing it, I cried. Like it's a pretty deep tape.
It hit you pretty deep then.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I can't wait to hear it. It sounds like it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I mean it's dope. It's still in the works right now. I'm gonna drop a couple more singles. It's gonna be dope.
For sure. Now, when you knew that you wanted to be a rapper, did you think that you'd be where you are now, or that so many different people would enjoy, or not enjoy, but appreciate listening to what you can make?
In a way, yes, but not full on. Like, I mean, because I'm still getting a lot of hate from people. Like, I don't really have the respect that I feel like I deserve. Like, they'll have people without that much talent that are getting like a lot of like buzz and shit. And
Yeah.
It's like, no, like I can point out so many flaws in their music. Like their mixing isn't good, their monotone, their lyrics aren't even that good. They're just saying the shit that people want to hear.
Yeah.
But like there are people that are like, hey, I fucked with like that song, whatever, like that was hella dope. And then it's like, I never thought I'd have 5 shows on my resume, you know. I never thought I'd have that, at least until I was like bigger than I am now.
Yeah.
But like I've been making moves that people like haven't seen. They've been kind of like behind the scenes and shit like that. But like I know I've been making moves. I haven't like released them or anything like that. But I have been making moves like on the low, and I'm going somewhere with this shit.
For sure, power moves in the silence.
Yep.
All right. Now, you told me that you're like trying to shoot a music video. What can you tell us about that?
So when I first dropped my song, it's probably like my most well-known song that I have. It's called Still Sleeping.
Yeah.
It's just like a lyrical song and just shit like that, like just kind of bars through the whole thing. And after I released it, it's just one verse, there's no chorus or anything. Everybody said you should have continued the song. Like you should have continued it, put a hook, couple more verses on it, whatever. And so I was talking to Lyric, and he said that, I was like, yeah, I'm trying to get a video done soon, record a couple tracks, and get my name out there a little more. And I was like, wouldn't it be cool if maybe like I extended Still Sleeping? I can put another verse on there. He's like, we can try it out and see what happens with it. If it's dope, if it flows right. And so we did it, and that's what happened. So now we're about to like shoot a video for a week or 2. And I know the video's gonna come out dope. We're gonna have a lot of people in it. And I mean, it's kind of like an open bite to the video, so anybody that wants to be in it can come be in it. But yeah, it's just, the song is dope, I love it. The ending is probably my favorite part. But that's kind of all the video I have planned right now. I know I'm going to do some more in the future. Like before my tape drops, I'm going to drop at least one, and then after whatever song the people are feeling the most, I'm probably going to shoot a video for that.
Alright, cool. Sounds like you got a lot planned in the works for everything to come out good. Alright, now, when you go into like starting a project, what's like the first thing you do?
I mean, I'll do different stuff sometimes. Like sometimes I'll just listen to the beat over and over and vibe to the beat, get a feel for it, you know, make sure what I want to write is what I want. And other times, like, I won't even have a beat, I'll just want to write, and I'll start writing and I'll go and find a beat later. So it's like I have a lot of different type of methods for what I do, but like, basically there's just, usually I'll just kind of sit down, I already found a beat that I like, and I'll just sit down and write to it. But sometimes like, I don't have that, so there's a lot of different methods I use to do that.
Alright. It sounds like you've got different methods for the way that you want to write different songs.
Yeah.
Alright. Now, What do you think makes you the artist that you've become? What along the way has turned you into who you are at this moment?
Definitely, like, my inspirations, of course. Like, I mean, it's not too hard to tell from my music. Like, I listen to a lot of Eminem, Hobson, Diddy, Mike, Logic.
Yeah.
Like, definitely my inspirations have shaped my music a lot. Like, I'm not saying it's just like theirs, but like you can find some similarities in it. And then like when I first came out, I never had fans.
Yeah.
Like not a single fan. Just, and so it's like now, it's just like that shaped me into having like, alright, fuck you, attitude. Like I don't need your support. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want. This is the music I'm gonna make. If you don't like it, fuck off. I don't want to hear it. I don't really care. But then there's also like my friends like Lyric and Robert and Devin, and like they just stay up with me and like they just help me with my craft. As like I'll give them tips every now and then. And, like there's been times when like Meezy has just stayed the night at my house and we'll just like walk around like my neighborhood or just all around Puyallup, and he'll just help me like with a certain song until I get it like perfect. Just like, and that helped shape my music to become a better product, just all around better. So just like my hobbies that help me out, my inspirations, and just myself and what I've gone through in life is what shapes my music to what it is today.
All right, so you have a lot of external forces that make you into the person you are.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
So who do you think has helped you gain the momentum you have? Like you said, you started out with not having any fans, and then you adapted and you got all these fans all of a sudden. So who do you think has helped you out the most?
The person that's helped me the most, I don't know if I can choose between these two. It's either Devin or Robert. Just like my first song that ever came out, it was called like The Generation Rap, and it was like I was like, I got into an argument on Facebook last night. She could have been right. Maybe she was. Tyga doesn't spit real, but Hobson does. Or like some shit like that. And it was recorded in Devin's room on his iPod, and we put it on YouTube. And it was like, I mean, he's the first kid I started rapping with. And so it's like, he's always been there, like, give me tips, you know, help me improve my music and shit like that. And then Robert has helped me like with like my mixing type shit a lot. Yeah. It's like he's kind of the one that like I used to not mix my songs before I release them. I didn't really know how. But like he taught me how to mix it and then like brought some new shit to like the table. And he also like helps me with like lyrics and stuff. Like me, Devin, and Robert have a song called Squad. Yeah. And Robert helped me a lot right at the end of it, where it's just a crazy like syllable rhyme scheme just through the whole end of it, like the last probably like 5 or 6 bars. Yeah. And it was just like I'd say a bar and then Robert would say one and then I'd go off that, and we did that till like the end. And so it's like they've just helped me with my craft and shit like that since I first started. Alright, so it sounds like they definitely helped you along the way, and that's something you're never gonna forget. Yeah. Alright, now since you are from the area, you're not out of town or anything like that, why don't you talk about some of the artists you've worked with and why you chose to work with them? Like I've only worked with a few artists, like Robert, just like when he and I, this goes with Lyric as well, it's like the same exact concept. Yeah. When we work together, when we get in the studio together, it's nothing but work. Like we don't fuck around, we just sit there and we work and we get shit done. Yeah. So when me, Robert, and Lyric were together and we recorded Flossin', that was just straight, like we worked and that was it. Like there weren't any like, let's go get some food, you know, there weren't breaks. Yeah. Like we just sat there and we worked and we worked. And so like those two are some of my favorite people to work with. And then like Danny Boy, I did a song with him and Robert. It's called Winter's Anthem. And it's just kind of like just kind of like a lyrical song.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like cocky type song, but it's like...
It's an empowering song.
Kind of. And so, Danny is just raw as hell. Like, Danny's just Danny. Like, he just goes off in, like, every song he has. I haven't heard one bad thing from Danny. And then me and Danny also have a song that's called Adventure. And that song, it's kind of like a breakup song.
Yeah.
But, like, we both did our things on it, and it's just a dope track. And then, like, Devin DL, like, whenever I'm doing, like, a hype track or something like that, I always want Devin on it. Just I know that Devin can do that. And then it's like, I also know that if I wanted Devin on, like, a real shit type song, like some deep shit, he could do that too. Like, he has, like, just...
Such an abstract sound.
Yeah, just like a shout out to Devin real quick. He has a dope album on the way. And it's like, I don't want to reveal too much, but it is, like, it's more of a deeper type album.
That's what I heard. Yeah, when
it's not normal DL, it's not what people are really expecting, but it's still DL, it's still dope.
And one thing he wanted to make clear is that it's an album, not a tape.
Yeah, it is an album. It's like on for sale. And then like another person I've worked with, Stevie. He's in the Portland area, so he's not real local, but. Not only can Stevie sing some crazy hooks, like whenever somebody, like Robert, me, Devin, you know, whenever we need somebody singing a hook, Stevie's the first person we hit up. Just we know it's going to be dope, it's going to come through on it. But Stevie can also put some crazy verses on some shit.
Yeah, I heard the song that him and Meezy did.
Yeah, and it's like...
That was filthy.
Yeah, and like, I have a song called Vibe coming out with him and another local artist. His name is Lifestar. Shout out to him, he's dope too. It's called Vibe. And not only did Stevie do the hook, but he put a wild verse on it that just kind of capped the song off and made it how it needs to be. And he just put it together well, and yeah.
Having said some good about the local artist, give me your opinion on a couple other artists.
I'm gonna start with like just about like Amadeus. I mean, like, he kind of fucked over my homie who's been there since day one. I don't like him for that. Like, that's kind of fake. And then, like, he also dissed my homie Robert in the song. And it's like, I asked him, I was like, would you say that to his face? And he was like, from a distance. So it's like, don't talk that shit if you won't walk up and say it to him. Or like, this dude, Sir B, like, like, he just be talking shit on Twitter to, like, Devin, me, Robert, Lyric, you know, everything. And it's just like, bro, you're whack, just stop. It's like, if you want to talk that shit, then you can diss me or something like that. But it's like, until you make some noise or, like, get an actual buzz, I don't want to hear nothing from you because you're not making any moves. I am, so it's like, yeah.
All right. So to wrap up the show, there's one thing we always like to do, and that's we like you to give the audience a piece of advice from the wise mind that is Too Juiced. If they're thinking they can't make it or it's not what they want to do, what would you say?
Well, starting off, I only got a wise mind because I did a lot of acid. I'm not going to tell you guys to do it, but that's just how it goes. And so, pretty much, like, whatever you want to do, you can do it. I'm not going to say it's easy, because it's not. You got to be willing to put in the effort. You got to have the talent, even though hard work does beat talent. Like, people say they can't do what they want because it's just too hard, people can't do it. And they just give up. Well, like, Michael Jordan didn't make the basketball team in 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. And now he's widely known as the greatest basketball player ever. Now, even if your dream isn't music or sports or whatever, you always need to follow your dream no matter how hard it is. Because no matter what, if you put the time and the effort into it, you can do it. There are so many rappers that just came from absolutely nothing, that were working 9-to-5 jobs and shit like that, and now they're to where they are. Like Eminem took him. He was 29 when they finally got a deal. He was fucking washing dishes in the back of a restaurant, and he'd get orders and shit, and he'd make rhymes out of the orders and start freestyling. But no matter what, when he got off work, he was in the studio. You just got to keep working at it. You got to have the talent. You got to have the heart for it. And if you do that, no matter what you want, you can make it.
All right, man. Well, thanks for joining us on the show.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So just remember, his tape will be out later this year. We'll put the link in the description below. And be sure to stay tuned next week for our next guest. Thanks, guys.